does the idea of clocking another year put anything into it in terms of either stress or joy? And I'm saying this because you're turning 29. So do you have thoughts about that, or does
Literally
that not
no.
really? Literally no?
Literally like it's so funny. Like, I think I just like my birthday so much that I'm like, I don't care that I'm getting, it doesn't compute that I'm getting another year older.
Mind-boggling.
I don't even process that around my birthday. I'm just happy it's my birthday. I'm happy to be celebrating. So I think it also helps with like my aging, because I'm like aging mentality, because I'm just so happy it's my birthday, and like about planning fun week, like a fun birthday radius.
Jeez.
That I don't even like clock that I'm getting older.
Well, hello.
Hello.
It's the radius.
It's the radius. The birthday radius is upon us.
How are we feeling?
We're feeling good. It's beautiful.
Wait, by the time this goes, your birthday will be past though, right?
No, it's this week. It'll be Thursday.
Oh, amazing.
So
right,
this is the pre.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Okay, well, happy pre-birthday still.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. Are you happy that your birthday's falling on a weekend?
Yes.
Yes,
and
last year it fell on a weekend last year, but it was the weekend of Tommy's wedding.
Yes, which was fun. But it also helped me figure out, because I have a lot of birthday stress. It helped me figure out what I wanted to do for my birthday this year, because I was like,
good.
I liked last year. I just wish it was with my friend. Like I love that, but I want that, but with my friends. Not that Tommy's friends aren't my friends, but like,
no, good. That's a good reference point.
I feel like it's a good reference point. So the theme of my birthday this weekend, I'm having a barbecue, and it's like, instead of 4th of July, it's like it's a 4th of July barbecue on the 3rd of May. So it's like the 3rd of Juli.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Because I said
love that you have a theme. That's good.
But I don't want it to be like America themed, because Steven's like, we should get some decorations. I'm like, I really want it to be like red, white, and blue, stars and stripes right now. So we need some other stuff. Maybe it's like tourist season. I don't know. Right. So I got to figure out that. But I'm excited for my birthday.
That's great.
I don't have jokes about this yet, but this is gonna be jokes. So this can be the jokes portion of the show.
Okay.
Is that I decided we have a lot of stuff going on outside of the pod, which we'll discuss in a different episode. But I think I was feeling very stressed this weekend. And I think me and you like to cope in a similar ways. One, dark humor, but then the second one is cleaning. So I went on a cleaning tear this weekend. Wow. And I was cleaning, but like a very hyper specific cleaning tear, where I was cleaning a corner of my room, our room, my side of the bed by my nightstand. I don't think I've ever cleaned this corner since we moved to this apartment. Like that is what I decided, like that's where the emotion took me. And I was trying to like vacuum and get the dust, because there was so much dust, and we have a Dyson, but it's like 6 or 7 years old, so it dies after like 2 minutes. And I had it with the Dyson. I was like, I can't vacuum for more than a fucking minute. I was I was losing it over the vacuum, and I went and I ordered a new vacuum, and that was my birthday present to myself. Is that I ordered a new vacuum, and I was like, this is so lame. I can't believe I'm spending this money, like this much money on a vacuum. Like I should get a haircut, like all the things. When I tell you, when the vacuum came, I get it. I had set my the workout mat out to do some like Pilates and exercise, and then I hear the doorbell. I'm like, that's the vacuum. And I run out there, and Steven ran out there and got it because it was big. And I unboxed that, and I went to town on the apartment. There is not a single dust particle. Well, there is, but I was on the ladder. I was vacuuming the fan. I was vacuuming like the corners. I was using all the attachments.
There's nothing like the new Dyson.
Was having the time of my life, and I just feel like this needs to be material.
It's so rewarding. Also, because when it's a new Dyson, even the dirt's clean.
Oh, that's the thing.
And you get to dump the dirt and you can see what's in there. It's like really nice.
I didn't get a Dyson.
What?
Yeah. Crazy. I know.
Did you get the imitation?
No. I got, you might fall out of your chair when you hear what I got.
What?
I got a corded vacuum.
Oh. What are you doing? Why?
Because we had this Dyson. It was so old. This needs to be jokes. We had a Dyson that was so old, and it was not, the suction was awful. And I was like just doing a lot of research that like a reason why some of the suction isn't like goes away on older vacuums when they're cordless is because the battery starts to go, so then the suction isn't as good. So like you're really not going to get the same suction power as a corded vacuum.
Okay.
So I ordered. Also, our apartment's small. Like it's not really a big deal. Like it's not really going to be super preventative. We have like 3 rooms.
Yeah.
So like having a cord isn't the biggest deal in the world.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I have never seen our carpets this clean.
Wow.
I have never. I love this vacuum.
You're into it.
I love that it's corded. I mean, like, it's so good. It's so good. I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady. That's what the joke needs to be, that I'm an old lady and I got excited about my vacuum.
Oh my gosh. And you
29.
hang out with you hang out with older ladies, so it all makes sense.
I know.
I'm sure.
Liz says that I need to do a bit about how I'm like an old soul, because anytime we go and meet up for coffee, I ask for a hot water with lemon. And she's like, that's what all my like older friends are doing, because that's what they need to drink with like menopause or something.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Anyway.
No, do you mind saying how old Liz is? I have no idea. Like, what's the range of your older lady friends now? Is it like 40s? Is it 50s?
40s to 60s. 40s to 60s.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. They're coming to my party this weekend.
I was telling Tommy about that, or maybe I was talking to Jenna, and that, they know it because they listen to the podcast, but I was like, yeah, Julie and I are opposites. Like we hang with the age of each other. So my friends here tend to be, I hang out with Megan and she's in her 30s, and I have, Alicia's I think she's in closer to 50, I guess. And I definitely tend to lean towards younger people when I'm hanging out. My friend Alicia, I just got in touch with her today and we're going to hang out, and I think she's your age or maybe a little older, but in the 30s, definitely in the 30s. So it's funny. But the doorman said, he asked me like, what's your mental age? Not Alfonso, this other doorman. And I said, my mental age is always 35. Like that's where I am. That's my go-to mental age, what I think I am inside. And so that makes sense. It fits, that I would hang out with people in their 30s. And I loved going to Tommy's house in the Catskills this weekend, and all the guys from Chatham were there. And this was my funny joke. I have a joke.
Let's do it.
The guys were all there who he hangs out with in Chatham. I know them since they're in 5th grade. And I was like, oh, it's so good to see you guys. What's the most fun is that now we're all the same age.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they were like, yeah, we are. Because I was like, yeah, you caught up to me, so we're good now. And it was so much fun to hang out with them and play board games with them and just be grown-ups with them. And that's what I was telling them. I'm like, it's so nice that we get to be adults together. And that's just so fun. I love it. So I don't think that
so fun.
30s is so far from my age. I also love that I figured out that the boomer generation is not what I am. Okay? I am not a boomer.
Okay.
Okay? Do you want to know what I am?
Whatever you say. What are you?
Hold up. I'm not Gen X. There's a generation that is never talked about, and it's called Generation Jones. I want you to Google it on your phone right now. Oh, can you? Oh no, your phone is in the holder. Okay. So Generation Jones is people born from 1954 to 1965. So they used to be considered like the younger boomers, but they got their own name, and it was called, and the whole idea of it was that these Jonesers, as they are called, the Generation Jones, it came from the idea of keeping up with the Joneses, when you're trying to keep up with the generation before you, but you can't quite do it because you're like always chasing that dream of being a boomer, but you're not. Like that is how where it came from. And it makes sense because I always said I don't feel like a boomer. Like that seems like the generation above me. I feel so much better about this. And when I was in the city yesterday, I decided I'm going to make a video about this. As soon as somebody in my comment section told me, that's what happened. I wrote something about being a boomer, and she said, "Oh, I'm a Generation Jones," and I went, "Wait, what's that?" And I went to the Google. Thank you.
You
to
went
the comment
to the
section.
Google.
I went to the Goog, and
as she says, she's not a boomer.
I read about it, and I'm like, Generation Jones, what do you mean? So I was making a video, and that's when I ran into Lenny the doorman, because I was walking on the street holding my phone talking about this epiphany of being a Generation Jones person. And then the Lenny the doorman pops his head into my video and goes, "Hey, I'm Lenny on TikTok." And then that whole thing in my video fell apart because I didn't finish it. But I will finish it. I will make a video about that because it's a thing, and it's a big thing.
Glad to know.
All right. So your homework is to research that and look it up and know that it's a real thing. And now you don't have to call me a boomer anymore in your bits.
Okay.
Okay. You can call me a boomer for the bit.
Anyway.
Boomer for the bit. And the rest of my life, I'm a Jones.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, the birthdays.
Oh, wait,
I want to know.
Do you have jokes or?
Well, that was kind of my jokes was kind of about the vacuum. Not very put together jokes, but I figured we should. I know you have cake in the oven, so we can move on to the next part. But I wanted to know. Well, I figured a theme should be like birthdays, but I was wondering if you had like a very specific. If you have one very memorable Juli birthday that like you think about.
Okay, so whenever I think of birthdays from you, because we always had the themes. I love that you have a theme this year. It was always the theme, and for some reason. And I know this wasn't your favorite birthday, but for some reason, when I think of you in the birthday era I think of you, and you'll probably remember this, you were holding like, it wasn't a flag, but you were holding like a waiver, like a ribbon, when you're holding a ribbon and you're swinging around the backyard, and it was in the flower power party when you got that Dutch boy haircut that was horrible. Like they chopped your bangs, they chopped your hair, and you fell and hit something. So you had a fat lip and a shitty haircut. Okay. Both of those things. And you just charging around the backyard like a boss bitch, like with this flaggy thing that is my memory. The streamer. That's the word I was looking for. But that's what my memory of you as a birthday girl. Like,
how did I get the fat lip?
I don't remember, but you had a big. Do you remember having a fat lip or no?
No.
I bet you we can look at the pictures and find it, because you bumped on something, and I'm like, oh my God, she's got a fat lip and a crappy haircut, and then I got to take the birthday photos. And the sleeping photos and all the things. So that's probably my significant memory of you. But of course, the Barbie cake will forever be in, year one. Was it year one? It was like
year two.
Oh,
because we were just looking at the
Barbie cake.
I don't know. Maybe it was year one.
It was pretty early on.
I think it might have been year one. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it was my first, and it was such a big deal. And you were like in wonder looking at your.
So why don't you
was maybe a carousel.
One was a carousel, but okay, you told the story about the fat lip flower power party.
Yeah.
But what was the Barbie party? Because obviously I'm 2 years old. What was, talk about the Barbie party.
Yeah, the Barbie party, your look of wonder when Barbie herself walked in.
You gotta set the scene for people. What happened? You just jump in.
There's not a lot to say about it. Like I ordered a Barbie lookalike to come to your party and be Barbie and come in and just be like the princess of Barbie. It was like Princess Barbie, And then I made the cake where I put the doll. It was the first time I ever figured out how to make a cake like that, where I made her dress, like the cake was shaped like her dress, and then her body was sticking out of the cake. And it was such a big deal. I worked so hard on that cake, and I sacrificed a Barbie to stick into the cake.
The sacrificed Barbie.
And your look of wonder, and you're just, because it was I think you remember it even though you don't, but it was like I thought it was going to be your first birthday memory, because when you're one, you don't remember the birthday so much, and it was just like your look of awe at Barbie, and just like
baby
little pink, when you like to
princess,
the whole thing.
I still like to wear pink. I just can't find the right shade of pink.
Yeah. And then the other memorable birthday was when you were at that, when we did the Nickelodeon thing at that Powerhouse Studios. That was like, because it was almost like era one was like the cutesy, the pretty, the pink, the flowers, the thing like that. And then all of a sudden you were like a teenager, and you wanted and you were like an aggressive teen winning the games. And it was just a very significant new chapter of birthdays, and it was fun.
Yeah.
So I remember that one too, and it was all the Nickelodeon games, and so many of your school friends were there. Like we invited the whole class or something. So that
I know.
Was
I feel
major.
like I remember that was a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was a big one. That was a big bash.
That was a big one. Big one. Loved the parties. Loved making the cakes, homemade, the whole thing. I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I always liked your birthdays way more than my own. Not a big birthday celebrator as much myself, but I just.
Interesting.
I worry more about other people's birthdays, and it stresses me out. Just this past month, there was so many April birthdays, and I wasn't able to get a present out to Brandy or her kids, and they're all April birthdays, and that stresses me out more than anything. And I get like mad at myself because I'm like, they don't probably even notice that I didn't send their birthday package yet. But anyway, I just get more. I like making other people's birthdays special.
That's
Yay.
good. Well, you made mine very special growing up, so you did a good job. Even though I know I get the birthday tears sometimes because I get stressed. It's just, that's one of my, I think that's a part of my lore is getting sad around, like stressed/sad around my birthday, because it's like I put a lot of pressure on it being like the one day that's about me and like wanting it to be perfect, like the perfect, all the things.
What was your favorite birthday though? Do you remember?
I know,
like, do you
that's
have
what
a
I've been trying to think of what my favorite birthday was. I don't remember if this was a birthday, but I remember one time you took me into the city and then we ended at we went to, I think, a Broadway play, and then we went to Serendipity and got like the frozen hot chocolate.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a really good one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. But if you could think about your ideal birthday as a child versus an adult, how does that differ?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, I always wanted a party. Like on my birthday, I feel like
you're an on the day person.
I'm an on the day person. Everyone, I'm having a barbecue on my birthday this year. And everyone's like, oh, when's your actual birthday? I'm like, the day of the barbecue.
Right. That's it.
It's
that's
the same day.
In general, that's how you roll.
Yeah. So
you like a birthday on,
I like it on my birthday. So I think as a kid, I wanted my birthdays to be like really fun and like centered around the thing that whatever I was into at that current time. And then I think as I got like a little bit older, I really wanted to be like with my friends, I feel like. And then I think I went through a phase where I was like, I don't really need to be with my friends, but I want to do like a fun experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here's a great birthday experience that we had that I can't believe this is probably the one, but we went to see Jimmy Fallon on my birthday one year. We went to the Tonight Show taping of Jimmy Fallon. I feel like that was a very memorable birthday because it was me and you. We spent the day together. We got haircuts. We did lunch, and then we went to the Jimmy Fallon taping. And it was just like a fun, as you would say, it was a very New York day.
That was a New York day.
I think I like having, like making a special day out of it. Like I don't think I'm now very much like, oh, I want to be like doing an experience or doing a party. I think I just like to curate the day.
Acknowledge the day. Acknowledge that it's, and set it aside for something special.
Yeah.
I will say, even though I'm not a big birthday, like party, let's have a party, I do like to do something on my actual birthday that is not what I normally do. And I will say that is probably something I always do. I always set it aside, and I will do it whether it's sometimes if we've been on ski trips a couple of times for my birthday, or maybe once, maybe, I don't know. But I will plan a spa day. Like I'll say, all right, I'm going to go do like a facial or something like that. Or I'll plan something. I always like to plan something. Like it just shouldn't be. So when we were, and Dad's very good with this because he knows that I like to just have something special, even if it's not like me announcing what I'm doing. I just like to know that it's like, it's a new year, and it's like, this is the day, and it kicks it off. So even though this past year we were at the beach and I was like, I'd rather be in the city. I don't always like to be at the beach. And he was like, want to do anything special? I'm like, no, I'm good. We'll just, I'll do the sauna and I'll just enjoy the day. And he's like, let's go to the city and have dinner. And I was like, okay. So we left the beach early and we came here and we went to my favorite place, Cafe Chelsea. And I wore the birthday crown, and I was going to not wear the birthday crown. And then I said, oh, this is stupid. And I took it off, and he goes, put the crown on. And I love him for that. So I might've talked about that on a podcast at some point, but I just love that even he understands, like, I just need to have it be something special, and it doesn't have to be with a crowd of people. I don't feel that I have to be with a crowd of people. Yeah. But if I was to have a dance party, go to a dance event on my birthday, I would not be complaining.
I think I don't always feel what you're saying. Like one year I did, like my first year living in LA, I remember I got a massage. I did like a spa day, and then we went out to dinner, and it was like such a great birthday.
Such a good birthday.
And this year I'm doing like a party with friends, but I think it's just all about like the phase of life you're in too. Cause 3 years ago I didn't really have too many friends out here, so I'm not going to throw a party and no one if I don't know anybody.
Right. So you did something special.
So it's also like a good marker of like, oh, I'm making progress.
That's so nice. That's so good. I'm so happy. And it's so funny because every year that's your birthday now, it's Tommy's anniversary the next day. So they're going away for the weekend to Montauk.
Oh, nice.
They're going to go. Yeah, they're having a little pre-baby weekend. So that's nice to celebrate their anniversary. Seems crazy that they are only married a year. Like, look what happened in a year, because baby P is coming a month later. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Yeah. It is wild.
Before we get
I don't want to get, we're going to get sidetracked if we talk about Baby P, but you had
okay.
questions.
Yeah.
I want
so I have a few more.
Phase 3 of the podcast is Helen.
Let's keep going. Phase 3.
Yes.
Well, I asked you the first one, which is about your favorite. Okay. Now, in general, this is like more of a general question about how you feel about aging on your birthday. Like, does the idea of clocking another year put anything into it in terms of either stress or joy? And I'm saying this because you're turning 29. So turning 29 is like, this is the last year in your 30s. So do you have thoughts about that, or does
Literally
that not
no.
really? Literally no.
Literally like it's so funny. Like, I think I just like my birthday so much that I'm like, I don't care that I'm getting, it doesn't compute that I'm getting another year older.
Mind-boggling.
Like, Steven is like, oh, I can't, like, we'll be like, I can't believe I'm gonna, like 29 and then we're gonna be 30. And I'm like, I don't even process that around my birthday. I'm just happy it's my birthday. I'm happy to be celebrating. So I think it also helps with like my aging, because I'm like aging mentality, because I'm just so happy it's my birthday, and like about planning fun week, like a fun birthday radius that I don't even like clock that I'm getting older. Like, I feel like I don't really ever, sometimes I do get stressed, like, oh, we're getting older, like I'm whatever, biological clock, all these other things. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just,
you're living your life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. That I think that's why I don't get depressed about aging, because I just feel like every year is really good. And I always reflect. I always take my birthday day to like reflect on the year and go, gosh, look what happened this year. Like, we did this and this, and I'll think about where I went, what I traveled, what I accomplished work wise. I'll look at like the year, I look back at the year and I'll think, oh, and Tommy got married. Now there's a baby come. And I'll look at like the things, and Julie moved to California, and Jonathan's just like thriving so well. And I do look back and reflect on things, and I like that. But I've had moments where I go, God damn it, like another year passed. Like, it's just, for me now, it's a year closer to the end. And I guess watching Grandpa, it's not easy right now too, because I have that like looming in front of me. So then maybe that's on my mind more. But I do connect it with my age, but not necessarily in a negative way. One year when I turned 50, I was like, I cried for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, okay, we're good. But it was like a weird thing to turn 50. I can't explain it. It just was a weird thing to turn 50. Sure. And I don't know why that one hit me. Didn't hit me at all. Turning 60 was fine, but turning 50 was like, So now I'm good. All right. So other question. I wanted to ask you, like, do you have a birthday? Like, what song would you use that would encompass your birthday feeling? Do you have a song that's like that you would want to call your birthday theme song, or that gives you good vibes if you had to pick your party song?
Okay, well, literally only because you used it in that like video you made me during the pandemic. It's like, it's my birthday. Like, that song is just like stuck in my head anytime it's my birthday. It's like, and I feel like Steve and I kind of sing it to each other like when it's our birthdays. So I feel like that's the song. Man. It's like, you picked it.
I picked your birthday song. That makes me feel so good. All right, so I think that song should always be played at your birthday.
Okay.
That's what you should do. You should have a ritual that you start the day with your birthday song.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of love
that. And I think Steve, ever since you made that video during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, we were supposed to go to Paris for my birthday. And then obviously that got canceled. But you rallied the troops and made me a birthday video that like compiled home videos of my birthdays through the year. And I feel like every year we've watched that video, maybe not the entirety of like people sending messages, but we watched the home video portion of it.
Oh, that's so sweet. That makes me feel good.
I have to scroll back in your Instagram to find it.
Oh, I know. Maybe I'll just post it again for you.
Yeah, you should.
All right. So do you clock your birthday as like, okay, now I want to set goals for the year? Do you do that, or that's like more of a New Year's thing? Or
that's like a New Year's Eve for me.
Okay. So you never feel different. Okay, fine. And you never feel different about aging. Is there any place that one day you would love to go for your birthday? Like, if you had to pick the ideal, if money was no object and you could pick the ideal dream trip, what would it be?
I'd love to go back to Italy, but like spend a really extended period. Like, if I could take the whole month of like May off for my birthday.
Okay,
and like,
I like it.
If money was no object, if work was no object, then it'd be like spending a month somewhere. And I feel like I'd really like to go back to like Italy or, what was I going to say? Like, Japan. Everyone's going to Japan right now.
Everyone's going to Japan. That's a big thing. And Jenna said it just the other night when we were together. We were talking about Japan.
Everyone's going to Japan.
All right, now I have the ultimate question that's cake related, but I think I know this answer, but what's your ideal birthday cake?
It's just a confetti cake. It's like vanilla on vanilla with rainbow sprinkles.
Are you going to make your own cake this year?
I am going to make my own
Good.
cake this year.
That's what you should do because it'll be perfect.
We had a cake dilemma last year because remember you bought this cake and you brought it to the rehearsal dinner and then they put it in the fridge.
Oh, right.
Anyway, you bought this cake for me from a bakery that I wanted. Sorry, I'm bringing up a bad memory. But then the cupcakes were so good. So it was fine.
Yeah, the
we had good
cupcakes
cake.
were fine. That was just really a bummer though. I can't believe that
Sorry,
happened.
I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, I'm like, oh my God, I remember that. That was so aggravating. If you could have one quote famous person at your birthday, do you know who you'd pick? Whether it can be a famous person who performs at your birthday or a famous person that you hang out with on your birthday.
Probably T Swift.
I think she would be good for that.
I think she'd be a good one.
All right, that's a good choice. And it's funny because last year on your birthday, did we do the T Swift? Was that last year? No,
it was 2 years ago. Crazy.
Oh my God. And you know how I know that? And I'll always remember when that was? Because of my hair.
Why?
Because my hair was like cancer hair still.
Yeah.
Right. It was like the grow back. And it's like that period of time, whenever I see pictures of it or whatever, it's always like, it always just brings me to that time period. I'm like, oh, well, I know when that happened. That was 2022 or 2023. It was like right in that little sweet spot of that. So it's funny, but yeah. All right. Well, so the plans for this weekend are fun. You're going to do your pate and
do the party. I'm gonna get a haircut.
We're not going to be there, but you should get a haircut. That would be fun. That's a fun thing to do on your birthday. I love that. Are you going to do it before your birthday?
I think I'm gonna do it on Friday, and then because Friday I think I'm gonna get a haircut, and then Friday night Steven and I are going out to dinner, and then Saturday I want to go out to brunch, and then we're gonna have the barbecue.
Oh, cool. It's a whole birthday
and then
weekend.
Sunday we might go to the beach. So we have a whole itinerary for the birthday.
This is good. I just I'm glad that it's like a nice, not a known itinerary, but it's like, it's not like up in the air for stress. Like, cause I think that last year even was like, it was about their wedding. So it was like, I think that we didn't know what that day was going to be because it was like, we had a bunch of things to do for the wedding. So it wasn't, so this is like planned and nice and good for you. So yay to that.
Yay.
All right. Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
All right. I'll see you when you're 29. Yours truly.
Helen and Julie.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. We should play that music at the end of this podcast. A little birthday tune. All right. Thanks for being here with us. We love to talk about the memories. And I love that I learned something that you don't think about your age. All right. Follow us on all our channels and we'll see you next week. Happy birthday, Julie.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.